one of the things when we were talking about forgiveness is also like forgiving ourselves. I want to bring this up because I think this is fairly common. When we think we could have done something more, when we think we could have been better, we could have said something, we could have convinced that person, to not harm themselves, and this unfortunate thing happened. And then we go into this kind of self-loathing about that. Like, I was inadequate, I didn't do enough, I could have, I had more power and I didn't use it. And you talk about that when you also talk about your parents and how you felt that at one point that you thought you could have done better to convince your mom to stop working so
Right.
she wouldn't have
Sure.
been in that situation. And you walked through that whole self-forgiveness process, which I think is so important for self-love and also freedom, and also being okay with all the parts of us that that aren't
Yeah.
free.
I mean, I think that for me, the self-forgiveness path is the same as the forgiving of others path. It's like I access empathy first and foremost. It's like I think it's extremely common and human if you lose a loved one or something tragic happens to someone you know, and to potentially think about, could you have done something else to help stop this from happening? Like, that's a normal thing, right? A common thing that we do. But then also, like, if we're going to look at ways to forgive ourselves, then empathize with yourself in that place at that time. You know who you were in that moment, what you were experiencing in that moment, how hard your life was in that moment. So you actually can put yourself into, I can put myself into the body and experience of the 14-year-old Scott who lost his parents. I know exactly what was happening in my life at that time and what I was going through, and I can look at how there was really nothing I could have done. Like my mind, our minds want to beat us up and abuse us and tell us and shame us for not being everything we could have been. But when I'm in my heart, when I'm in love and acting with the voice of love, I can reflect on myself at that time and say, hey, honey, you were a 14-year-old kid doing the, and the thing about doing the best that we can do, I think that can be a hard pill to swallow if we're looking at our lives and we're seeing, well, all I did yesterday was just hang out in bed and watch TV and smoke pot. Am I saying that's the best I could have done that day? And yet, had it not been, you might have done something else. So, can we hold ourselves available to that notion, no matter what choices we were making, that in that moment, that's how we were able to show up as best we could and to give ourselves a lot of grace for it? Or even if we choose to reflect on that, like, I didn't do the best that I could do yesterday, can we remind ourselves that, hey, we're human and we can't always do our best? It's like I can look at it from both angles. Either I can say, hey, we're always doing our best, or that we can't always do our best. No human being can always do our best. And can I offer myself a ton of grace in just honoring, hey, you're human, honey. It's okay. Maybe tomorrow you'll do better. But either way, where I get to with that is self love. And ultimately, I believe that we're seeking so much of what we're trying to do in our lives and on this spiritual path and the choices we're making, we're doing it because we believe that it's going to create for ourselves a better relationship to who we are. But why not just commit in this moment to loving ourselves no matter what, and not having it be predicated upon achieving anything to get us to a place of loving ourselves. And then suddenly we're living in it now instead
Yeah.
of waiting for it based on future actions.